Kindly. My name is K.R. Shankar. The college of lecturer at Alagappa Mechanical Engineering. Good morning to all. Principal Dr. Palani, our distinguished guest of honor Dr. K. Sivan, galaxy of faculty members of this great institution, voting engineers, present-day students, my dear classmates, and their
present here to celebrate 63 freshmen that we are, ladies and gentlemen. As the convener of today's celebration, I welcome you all wholeheartedly for this function. கேடில் விழிச்செல்வம் கல்வி ஒருவருக்கு மாடல்ல மற்றவை. கேடில் விழிச்செல்வம் கல்வி ஒருவருக்கு மாடல்ல மற்றவை என்ற வள்ளுவரின் வாக்கை உணர்ந்தவர் நம் கல்லூரியை நிறுவிய வள்ளல் அழகப்ப செட்டியார். We have gathered here to commemorate an unique event in the annals of this college, known as Alagappa Chettiar College of Engineering and Technology, when we joined the degree course in 1963. This was a private institution founded by the Revered Dr. Alagappa Chettiar, one of the only 6 engineering colleges in the state, and a journey of the journey of 60 years is a notable milestone in the history of this college, yet to be matched by many. Probably we are the first batch to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee. That makes it a proud and colorful moment for us. Alumni of 1996 batch, thousands of engineers graduated from here have brought laurels not only this institution, but also to our country by their achievements in the various domains that they were chosen to specialize further. We are proud that our batchmates have blossomed as industrialists, corporate leaders, researchers, vice chancellor of university, academia, and brilliant engineers in India and the world around. Some have flown in to be here, especially for this occasion in our midst today. We are also probably the only batch mentored by 3 principals during our course period of 5 years. 1963, Professor P.S. Manisundaram; 1965, Professor A.V. Raghavachar; 1966, it was Professor W.P. Raghavan. Those were the days of intense and healthy competition among the colleges to secure university ranks, and this college had won many significantly. Leaving the college in 1968, we were scattered in distant locations in pursuit of our career, and the idea of getting together happened in 2013, one of our batchmates mentioning to start a reunion. The first reunion, on that occasion, we donated an expanded canteen facility to the college, built at a cost of rupees 16 lakhs. Later in 2018, to mark the golden jubilee of her graduation, gifted a modern sanitary convenience facility built at a cost of rupees 18 lakhs to the institution. முதல்வர் என்பது பெயரில் மட்டுமல்ல, பெயரில் இல்லை, செயலில் உள்ளது என்பதை கல்லூரியின் முதல்வர் டாக்டர் பழனி அவர்கள் தொடர்ந்து நிரூபிச்சிட்டு அவரை திரு பழனி பிரின்சிபால் அவர்களை வருக வருக என அலுமினி சார்பாக வரவேற்கிறோம். Today in this hall, we are meeting in the august presence of a luminary that our nation is proud of to commemorate 60 years of our associated college. ஆதியும் அந்தமும் இல்லாத அனாதி சொரூபனின் பெயரை தாங்கிய டாக்டர் சிவன், ஃபார்மர் சேர்மன் ஸ்பேஸ் கமிஷன் அவர்களை வருக வருக என அலுமினி மாணவர்கள் சார்பாக வரவேற்கிறேன். நிலவு பற்றி பாடாத கவிஞன் இல்லை. சோறு ஊட்டுவது முதல் காதலியின் நெற்றி வரை நிலவை வர்ணிக்கும் பொழுது நிலவில் ஆராய்ச்சி செய்யலாம் என்பது ஒரு சிலருக்கே வருகின்ற எண்ணம். இதில் சந்திராயன் 2 என்ற ஆபரேஷன் அன்று ஒரு தாய் பிரசவத்தில் படுகின்ற வேதனை ஒவ்வொரு படைப்பிலும் ஏற்படும் என்பதை நமக்கு உணர்த்திய செயல் வீரர் டாக்டர் சிவன் அவர் இன்று நம்முடன் நிற்பது நமக்கு கிடைத்த மிக பெரும் பாக்கியம். ஐஐடி என்பது ஒவ்வொரு சயின்ஸ் ஸ்டூடெண்டின் கனவு. ஆனால் அந்த கனவு ஐஐடியின் கேட்டிற்கு வெளியே பெரும்பாலும் நின்றுவிடும். அன்னச்சத்திரம் 1000 வைத்தல், ஆலயம் 10000 நாட்டல், அன்னை ஆவினம் புண்ணியம் கூடி அங்கோர் ஏழைக்கு எழுத்தறிவித்தல் என்ற பாரதியின் வரிகளை மெய்ப்பித்து காட்டியவர் ப்ரொஃபசர் வி காமகோடி அவர்கள் ஐஐடி டைரக்டராக வந்த பிறகு எந்தெந்த வழியில் பலருக்கு வாய்ப்புகள் ஏற்படுத்தி தர முடியும் என மிகப்பெரிய ரிசர்ச் பண்ணி நியூமரசி டெவலப்மெண்ட்டுக்கு என்று டிஃப்ரெண்ட் லெவல்ஸ் ஆஃப் ப்ரோக்ராம், அனைவருக்கும் ஐஐடி என்னும் பிஎஸ் அப்படிங்கிற ப்ரோக்ராம், இதில் அரசு பள்ளி மாணவருக்கு வாய்ப்பு 4 வருட டேட்டா அனலிட்டிக்ஸ் கோர்ஸ் அப்படின்ற நிறைய மாணவர்களின் கனவை அனாவாக்கியவர் ப்ரொஃபசர் வி காமகோடி. Due to some pressing commitments, other engagements, Dr. V. Kamakodi could not come here today. Due to Government of India, presence was required because of his participation in a big meeting. Sir, we have invited you to this gathering to give your valuable advice to the future engineers to plan and shape their career in engineering and technologies beside unexplored domains. Your experience and guidance will help the present students in a great manner, yet they are looking forward to hear from you in our Diamond Jubilee year. To share with them as our gift your invaluable experiences that would serve as leading light in embarking upon their career. It is no exaggeration that we, a group of septuagenarian engineers, are deeply honored by your spontaneous acceptance to be with us today. College alumni, present batch students, எப்பொழுதும் ஸ்டூடெண்டாக இருக்கக்கூடிய ஆசிரியர்கள் அனைவரையும் வருக வருக என இந்த வரவேற்பில் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். Age is merely a number, not a state of mind. Number of years that the world has been enjoying you. Age is just a number and young is an attitude. So we will enjoy the day and cherish the moments forever. I once again welcome you all to this grand event. Thank you very much. Enjoy the day. Now we have received a message from the Honorable President of India, Prime Minister of India, Dr. Sri Narendra Modi ji. Request S. Ravi Shankar to read out the message to now.
I am proud to read this message we have received on the 9th April from Prime Minister of India. The message goes like, delightful to learn about the celebration mark the Diamond Jubilee of 1963 freshmen organized by the Alagappa Chettiar Government of Engineering and Technology. Heartiest congratulations and greetings to every alumnus of the 1963-68 batch on this momentous occasion. Diamond Jubilee of their graduation is an opportunity for the alumni to take a walk down the memory lane and recall nostalgic moments of their student life. The completion of 6 decades of relationship with the institution is a rarity. A life filled with such precious memories is a life well lived. Engineers are builders, creators, and innovators. Be it construction of buildings, machines, or devising digital solutions, their innovative abilities and vision shape and drive the world around us. Technology today redefining every sphere of activity, and engineering is one of the fields that is directly impacted by technological changes. It is therefore imperative for engineers to keep updating their skills regularly. The batch that is celebrating the Diamond Jubilee can guide and motivate younger engineers to constantly tread the path of learning. Our nation's efforts in the recent years in the spheres of digital payments, digital delivery of services, information technology, and healthcare have been appreciated the world over. Engineers have played a commendable role building this modern infrastructure, thereby contributing towards nation building. The Diamond Jubilee celebrations are also opportunity for the family members of the alumni come together and become part of their happiness. I'm sure that the 1963-68 batch of freshmen will serve as a source of inspiration for youngsters who are now studying in the institution or have recently graduated from that institution. Best wishes for making the Diamond Jubilee of 1963 freshmen a great success. May the souvenir being published on the occasion capture the essence of the celebration, alumni of present and future generation. With good wishes, Narendra Modi, dated 9th February 2023.
பதினெட்டுல 2023 18 நாள் இறந்து விட்டோம். PS வெங்கட்ராமன் அவர்கள் சொல்லிட்டு முடிஞ்ச உடனே
Last. Last. Studied with out there. Silence of respect. P. Ramaswamy, M. Viswan, P. Pandurang, Muhammad Ali, A.R. Surendranath, A. Valli, N. Lakshmi, P.S. Ram. They were
Thank you, P.S. Venkatram. Honoring the guest. First, N. Subbaraman, C.S. Murali to come to the stage. Subbaraman. I request C.S. Murali to hand over a memento to Dr. K. Shivan. K. Shivan, கோவில் பார்க்கணும், காரைக்குடி காலேஜுக்கு வரணும், இல்லை கோவில் பார்க்கணும்னாரு. பிள்ளையார்பட்டி கோவில் முதல்ல பார்க்கணுன்னார். அவருக்கு ஒரு மனைவிக்கும் பிள்ளையார்பட்டி பிள்ளையார் இவருடைய சார்பாக Subbaraman and Murali. Now we will be honoring Dr. K. Palani from this college. I request G. Sridharan and P. Tangaraju. Sridharan, P. Tangaraju. Sridharan will honor the principal with a shawl. P. Tangaraju will hand over a memento. Tangaraju will hand over a memento to the principal. Same Pilliyarpatti Pilliyar. Dr. Palani is blessed with a grandchild. Has to get many more laurels to the institute. Now request K. Palani of our batch. K. Palani.
Respected Chief Guest of this Diamond Jubilee celebration of 1960 batch, ACCET former Chairman, this Commission, Convener, R. Sankaran, T.S. Ravi Shankar, Chandrasekharan, Balamurugan, August alumni of this prestigious institution and their family members, heads of departments, faculty, and my dear students. Very pleasant morning. Privileged to be here as part of this grand celebration. And we are really honored and proud to have Dr. Sivan, former Chairman ISRO, with us. On behalf of myself faculty and students, I thank 1963 batch freshmen for giving this wonderful opportunity to our. And due to unavoidable circumstances, Professor V. Kamakoti, Director, IIT Madras, could not be present here. However, we are pleased to have his recorded speech in this function. And India's rocket man, Dr. K. Sivan, has been inspiration for many answering youngsters to build their career in space technology. Dr. K. Sivan, who has made youngsters believe that all dreams can be achieved through just hard work. This meeting is going to be certainly bring a massive change in the mindset of our students, because being a farmer's son, studying in a Tamil school, to build himself to become the chief of ISR. And he has worked in the field of aeronautical engineering, specifically in the area of launch vehicle technology for the past 37 years, to make India self-reliant in assured success in space. And he is the chief architect of 6D trajectory simulation using Sistra software. And he has been instrumental in parallel supersonic tunnel facility, 104 satellites, single mission. This is a very great achievement, appreciated by all over our nation. And thank you, sir, for gracing this occasion from presence. Our institution is always on positive, vibrant mode because it was established by great educationist, philanthropist, Padma Bhushan Vallal Dr. Alagappa Chettiar, a man of rare wisdom and forethought in 1952. The institution has successfully provided 70 years of high-quality educational opportunities to students, resulting in more than 50,000 alumni who excel in various careers, including entrepreneurs, distinguished community leaders, teachers, professors, administrators, and experts, and you name it. And following Well's footsteps, our alumni and present-day students are committed to ethical and responsible behavior all over their actions. And I appreciate and record my gratitude for your continuous support for the growth of this great institution. And the alumni have contributed nearly about 8.7 crores for improving the infrastructure by way of constructing hostel buildings, placement hall, guest houses, guest buildings. And also their contribution towards capacity building of our students by arranging regular training and placement programs, facilitating the visit of many reputed organizations for hiring our students. And our alumni, especially Dr. Sri Balamurugan, has been in constant touch with you for 4 to 5 months for making this. And we should learn from our alumni, our super seniors, their commitment, their punctuality, their diligent planning, systematic execution, and positive attitude. And this will bring a lot of changes in students' mind. And Diamond Jubilee celebration a grand success, and at the end of the day, our students certainly will have something to take with them. And I once again thank 1963 freshers for arranging this session with Dr. K. Sivan, which will be very much useful to our students. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again, and thank Dr. K. Sivan for coming over here, sir, for gracing this occasion. Thank you for the opportunity given. Thank you.
Your complimentary speeches coming. Now, sing a song in Diamond Jubilee celebration. First, Chandrasekharan to facilitate souvenir. Souvenir dedication.
will speak after we make a video presentation of Professor V. Karaikudi. He has sent a video presentation to represent him. Before making the presentation, I request S. Venkat from me to introduce Professor V. Karaikudi.
Morning to all of you. Professor Karaikudi received his master's PhD degree in computer science and engineering from IIT Madras. He joined the faculty of IIT Madras in 2001 and took over as director in January 2022. He specializes in the area of computer architecture, information security, and real SI design. He heads the microprocessor development program and the information security education and awareness program at IIT Madras, funded by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. The advisory also AI by the AE and D. Years over journals, guided me and masters coordinated projects, government R&D. Bank of India, DRDO, Techno, Abdul Kalam Technology Innovation, National Fellowship, ACCS, Lifetime Achievement Award, IBM Faculty Award, and Westwick Industrial Research Award. So we present a presentation on a recorded message. Thank you.
We will be making a video presentation.
K. Shivan and Palani to be seated down for a few minutes.
I apologize that due to pressing commitments here at IIT Madras, I'm not in a position to come and attend the function at the Alagappa Chettiar institution. The loss is definitely mine, and in the next
function,
opportunity, certainly I will visit at the Alagappa Chettiar institution. The loss is definitely mine, and in the next opportunity, certainly I will visit the institution. I thank the organizing committee of this event to have chosen me to deliver this lecture. What I thought was that as India is moving towards the 100th year of independence in 2047, we have 25 years left over, which our Honorable Prime Minister calls as the Amrit Kal. What is it that youngsters who will be defining the science and technology of our country in the coming years should aspire? What are the important research and education activities that are happening across the country, specifically in the area of emerging and disruptive technologies? I had an opportunity to do a survey of this across the IITs, and I would like to present here to this audience what are some of the very interesting research and education activities that are happening in these important areas of emerging and disruptive technologies in our country across the IITs. Friends, we are in the Industry 4.0 era. What is Industry 4.0? Industry 1.0 was mechanization, primarily driven by water power and steam power. Industry 2.0 was influenced by electricity, where we looked at mass production and assembly lines driven by electricity. The Industry 3.0 was driven by computer and automation, computer aided automation, and Industry 4.0, which we are currently witnessing, is based on what we call as cyber physical systems. There are systems which do a lot of activities by interfacing to the physical world, but at the same time on the other end they are interconnected through the internet. These cyber physical systems pose lot of interesting opportunities and challenges which when properly tapped can lead to lot of societal benefits. Today there is a need that we have to have a combination of disruptive and emerging technologies that would provide a transformative impact on societies and economies. So the cyber physical systems that are part of Industry 4.0 essentially are going to be the transformative entities on our societies and economies, and a proper understanding of that, proper research in those direction is extremely crucial for our country to scale to the next level of economy, what we may call as multi-trillion dollars of economy. Friends, this is what we see today. When we look at technology, there are three horizontals that I may call. The topmost, what you see there, are the sample application areas. These are some representative areas that I have put, but there are many more that we can add, starting from agriculture, financial technologies, logistics, healthcare, and space technologies. There are many more that we can add in the application areas, and all of them need a cyber physical system. All of them need emerging and disruptive technologies to basically get the best software or hardware or system released in each of these areas. As we proceed to Industry 4.0, these sample application areas will utilize one or more of the emerging techniques that includes artificial intelligence, data science, simulation and modeling, security, secure systems which protect your data, which assures data privacy, and most importantly intelligent manufacturing. And all these emerging technologies or emerging techniques as we may call are based on certain basic building blocks. Some of the top 4 among the basic building blocks that are necessary for the industry 4.0 includes high speed internet access and mobility, which includes 4G, 5G, 6G, etc. High performance computing on the cloud, lot of sensors on the field, Internet of Things, which are sensors interfaced with small processing systems that could communicate to the external world, and embedded systems. And advanced materials and renewable energy sources is another basic building block. And of course, certain technology development infrastructure like the 3D, 4D printing and cloud technologies, these are some of the basic building blocks. So, the application areas use the emerging techniques that are built upon these basic building blocks to achieve certain very interesting solutions for the society, and also which could play an important role in transforming our economy. An example of a cyber physical system, I hope many of you have used this, is the Arogya Setu, where you see if 2 persons A and B have installed Arogya Setu, they also keep their Bluetooth on and come in close proximity, then the device ID of A gets stored in the mobile phone of B and vice versa. So, in the event of A testing positive, then the details in his mobile are copied in a secured fashion to the cloud and processed to find out who should be warned or notified. So, in A's mobile phone, B's device ID would be there, and essentially B will get a warning saying go and test. Now, this Arogya Setu is used currently by 19.5 crore users, and as you see, why I put this example of Arogya Setu is that this is software which a bunch of people, 10 to 15 people designed within 21 days and really faced the COVID crisis with a tracing application. So, the Arogya Setu involves sensors, basically Bluetooth, local aggregator or mobile phones, and data transmission to cloud and processing by cloud. So, all these things are happening in Arogya Setu. So, Arogya Setu is indeed what we may call as a cyber physical system. So, this essentially gives us a big picture. Like in Arogya Setu, what is this entire cyber physical system about? It's unity in diversity. What we want here is a single window interdisciplinary platform specializing on sensor manufacturing, sensor testing and characterization, and sensor interfacing with control system. If you just look at Arogya Setu, the sensor is Bluetooth and sensor interfacing with control system is the mobile. So, Bluetooth getting interface in the mobile with the respective device driver, etc. And the next is establishing command and control through actuators, which is again Bluetooth sensing mechanism. And then there is a networking the sensor to aggregators and secure data transmission to the cloud, which also happened here. And then there is a decision support system on the cloud, which was giving the notifications for all COVID tested positive patients, their mobile phone, whatever device ID it had, for all those device ID, it had details of how close the device was and for how much time, and based on that it basically gives a warning. So, this is all part of the entire system. So, to conclude, education and research in emerging and disruptive technologies must focus on such type of an unity in diversity platform, where you have a complete stack starting from sensors to a local aggregator to a cloud, and there is a very systematic decision making. The next important activity that is happening that is also needed for our Amrit Kal is technology for medicines, technology for medical sciences. One of the efforts taken by many IITs today is to develop a world-class research environment for medical sciences and develop whom we may call as well-trained physician scientists. Who is a physician scientist? An engineer who had understood medicine or a doctor who has understood engineering in a reasonably significantly large way is called a physician scientist or a physicianeer, right? Like an engineer, we can call a physicianeer, right? Now, what are these physician scientists? What are they doing? They are actually the bridge between the medicine and the science, and they are the people who tie the bench and the bedside, and these are the people who are trained to conduct independent scientific investigation in the laboratory. For example, clinical health services, how good they are, population health, community engagement and health equity. Note that friends, 37% of the Nobel Prize winners are physician scientists. And they play a key role in pharma industry. 70% of the chief scientific officers at top 10 pharma companies and the NIH health institutes are physician scientists. And there are 60 plus such programs. There are 100 such programs in the United States which are more than 6 decades old, which talks of generating physician scientists. And most of the faculty appointments in the United States medical schools are from this pool. As a country, India must start looking at developing such type of physician scientists who will be playing a very, very, very crucial role in bringing up our technology for medicine, which is extremely important to ensure quality health care at an affordable price for our country. Physician scientists are basically the driving force behind the mechanistic understanding of the diseases, development of therapies, devices and technology. Roughly 60 to 70% of the FDA approvals, policy guidelines that dictate patients' diagnosis, treatment and recovery time, all these have been influenced by the work of physician scientists. And these physician scientists are those who have basically talked of this causal relationship between diseases and other parameters. For example, the link between sugar and diabetes, smoking and cancer, etc. These may not have been proven without physician scientists. As a country, we have very heavy dependence on imports of medical devices, and we need to revitalize the medical device industry in our country. And we also have a very specific need for India-specific research on high prevalence of non-communicable diseases. So these are some of the very interesting things that we are looking at from the medical school angle. Now I'll just talk about some of the sample education initiatives for the new era by the higher education institutions, just to give all of you a feeler of what is happening. There are a lot of new courses that are unheard of in normal conventional curriculum that we have been introducing. For example, courses on 3D modeling, 3D printing at the first year itself in many of the IITs, as you see. And of course, BTech, MTech and PhD in very hard topics like data science and AI, mechatronics, electric vehicles, electric vehicle technology. All these things are happening at the IITs, as you see. In addition, IIT Madras has something very unique. At the end of the third year, any undergraduate student can basically take any one of these 10 programs. So 9 programs you see here, but there are, today we have another 3 more that are added. It is yet to be announced on quantitative finance, MA in public policy, etc. So what you see on the right hand side is a set of interdisciplinary postgraduate programs which any BTech student can take at the end of second year, so that they do some more electives related to this topic, and in 5 years they get a BTech on their original degree and an MTech, interdisciplinary MTech in any one of them. For example, interdisciplinary MTech in quantum science and technology, in advanced methods and nanotechnology. So we will have, they can basically get 2 degrees here. So this is the interdisciplinary postgraduate program being done by IIT Madras. There are also a lot of courses on additive manufacturing, climate change, e-waste, resource engineering and management, smart mobility, integrated sensor systems, medical device innovation, semiconductor materials and devices. There are also MSc program in medical physics. So these are all some of the very interesting interdisciplinary programs that are spawned by many IITs, basically to bring in the culture of interdisciplinary research and development. The IITs are also joining with the IIMs to offer certain very interesting joint degree programs. What you see here is an MS in Data Science and Management. It's a joint degree program between IIT Ropar and IIT Indore. There are a lot of joint masters and PhD in medical technology. For example, IIT Jodhpur and AIIMS, IIT Madras, Sri Chitra Tirunal Institute, Trivandrum and Christian Medical College. These are all some joint programs, master's program in the area of medical technology and clinical engineering, etc. And there are many more very interesting courses that are introduced by many IITs. For example, there is a course on brain science, there is a course on digital humanities, how the humanities as a field is going to manifest itself in the digital era. So these are all very interesting courses that are part of this. Friends, I am also very happy to introduce the BS Data Science and Programming course at IIT Madras. What you see in the photo is with 1/10 of the number of students. So today we have more than 12,000 students who have enrolled for this program, and this program has multiple exit options as listed in the National Education Policy. If you have not read the National Education Policy, I strongly suggest that you download it. It's called NEP 2020, the National Education Policy 2020. So the National Education Policy says many things, but one of the things is this multiple exit options, that somebody joins a degree, there should be different points where they can get out with something significant for what they have worked for, and then no age gap and no entrance exam. So these are all some of the things recommended in the National Education Policy, and this BS Data Science and Programming course that is offered by IIT Madras ticks very good number of boxes that are listed in the NEP. For example, there is no age gap here. We are admitting thousands of students every year, and there is no. It can be there are multiple exit options. At the end of first year, you get a certificate. At the end of second year, you get a diploma. Then still you want to continue, you can go to the third and fourth year. At the end of this, where you will get a degree, and also we are also working towards a good placement cell for this program. What you see there is around 1,000 students who have assembled that day on a particular day, which are only 1/10 of the population. Why we have included this photo here is to show the scale at which this whole program is operated at. Now, given these topics of how education is happening in the IITs and other education institutions, now I will spend the remaining part of my allotted time on the sample research initiatives for the new era by IITs. What are research work being done? Quantum key distribution is actually a very important topic, and it has been pursued very seriously by IIT Delhi. Quantum device development is also very important. It has started in some way in IIT Goa, but you can see that lot more of work need to be done in the area of energy and quantum, and these are some very baby steps that has been taken by these IITs successfully. There is also a lot more of algorithms and software that are needed and communication paradigms that are needed in the quantum setup, and so there are many teams who are working together on post-quantum cryptography and quantum communications. What you see there in IIT Delhi's contribution is a handheld device that could diagnose dengue easily. There is also healthcare technologies that you see on the right hand side, which is the first ever point of care device that detects gram specific bacterial biomarkers in human plasma under 10 minutes. It just takes 10 minutes to do this analysis, and it's very useful as a point of care device. This development is also from IIT Delhi, and what you also see that Ayurtech is basically setting up technology innovation labs, specifically concentrating on Indian medicine system. IIT Jodhpur and IIT Madras have such very interesting programs. This is a CAR-T therapy for cancer. This can go up to, if we had done with an imported equipment, it can go up to 5 crores per patient, and it's not available in India at any price currently. IIT Bombay has done something very close to this, and based on this the cost can reduce to at most 90%, and this can enable access of technology at affordable cost and development of novel products and platform for many more startups to come and work here. So the CAR-T therapy technology development, the CAR-T therapy technology development is very crucial today, and which brings down the cost of treatment of cancer in a significantly lower amounts. This is a startup company from IIT Bombay which has successfully implemented this. Then there are a lot of other devices that you see, the low cost ventilator by IIT Hyderabad, and Smart Healthcare is an initiative across IITs plus IISc, where they are looking at AI for disease diagnosis, portable health devices, specifically neonatal, smart miniature cameras for endoscopy and imaging techniques, and drug discovery and treatment protocols for rare diseases. Specifically on the muscular dystrophy, IIT Jodhpur is doing some very interesting work. In addition, on the textile side, there is a lot of work done here. High performance medical textile, it's called Fabium, which will destroy 99.9% viruses within 30 minutes. And this is in a pandemic prone zone. This offers lot more significance, where it can capture the virus and kill them. So there are large scale manufacturing with industrial partners is necessary to scale such type of fabrics to greater heights. There is also a subglottic secretion drainage device which is used for pneumonia patients, and is portable and with the current ICU. And IIT Mandi interestingly have found a new molecule PK2 for treatment of diabetes without, it's just a oral delivery. Diabetes need injection, and diabetes need that this is stored at room temperature and cost effective. But some of the very interesting things that IIT Mandi has done can basically improve a oral delivery, and it can be stored at room temperature, and it can be cost effective, and the drug, this molecule when converted to a drug, can be very effective against diabetes. IIT Mandi also has done some research on Himalayan flower petals to inhibit SARS-CoV-2 infection. When we look at this, we fondly remember Ramayana when Lord Hanuman had to take some herbs from Himalayas to save Lord Lakshmana. I think this is something very close. As you see, Mandi is on the Himachal range. There are also a lot of work done on synthetic sequence defined polymers for anti-cancer drugs done by IIT Palakkad. So put together, friends, IITs are doing a lot of work related to health, health devices, and specifically diseases. In addition, there is also a need to have assistive technologies for the physically challenged people. And there are a lot of 4D printed mechanism like the exoskeleton and gripper mechanism that you see on the left hand side, and then the Neobolt motorized wheelchair and artificial feet that you see on the right hand side. So these are all assistive technology, and that will be of great use to mankind. IIT Kanpur actually has a very ambitious project called Hridyantra, which is basically to develop a artificial heart. Now there is also a lot more of emphasis that needs to go for the farmers. So IIT Madras is involved in a project called RASA, which is called Regenerative Agriculture Stack Architecture, which looks at a farm to kitchen technology with sufficient sensor interventions, and we can create digital twins to basically simulate some of the important crucial components in this stack. There is a complete work done on precision agriculture for small farmers by IIT Dharwad, which also look at some of the very interesting steps there. There is under the National Mission on Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems funded by the Department of Science and Technology, there are multiple hubs which are looking at multiple aspects of the Sustainable Development Goal, and specifically from the Agriculture and Water Technology Development Hub from IIT Roper, which are basically looking at IoT based harvesting and post harvesting automation for dealing with some of the issues in these stages of crop growth, and also for irrigation. From the technology building aids, there are many 3D printing efforts taken basically to make a 3D printer. Rather than using a 3D printer, can we make a 3D printer? There is one thing in the area of additive manufacturing that is set by IIT Hyderabad, and then there are many metallic printing and additive manufacturing initiatives set by IIT Jodhpur. What you see on the right hand side is an Atmanirbhar made in India micro 3D printer by IIT Indore, which is a novel in-house developed technologies which uses thin films as a source material for printing. This is very important because we use significantly less amount of raw material to basically print some of the technology, in-house developed technologies. Building automation also takes a very big role. There are smart windows for power saving, which can filter off the UV rays and keep the room clean and also cool, which essentially means that with a little reasonable effort, one can survive without an air conditioning in these rooms. Of course, there are other house construction technologies like the 3D printed house that you see here, which is done at IIT Madras. So these are some of the interesting building automations that are taken up. Last but not the least, we look at space technology, where we want to bring space within everyone's reach. And typically we are looking at a rapid launch facility specifically for low Earth orbit satellites. So when we want to do this rapid launch, why we need to do rapid launch? Because across the globe there is statistics which says in the next 5 years we may need 120,000 square feet above Earth. And if that means every country, every launch pad has to at least send 3 launches per week to meet this target. That means we need to have a rapid launch facility, and this space technology research done by IIT Madras will basically give you this rapid launch facility, where we take the rocket on a lorry and open lorry and basically used to launch the rocket and come back. So this doesn't mean this essentially means that there is nothing after the rocket is taken off. There is nothing that we bring back, but there are re-entry type of rockets where we need to bring back what is sent, and so this is a very exciting field where we look at how do we generate lot of rockets and how do we basically launch them through a rapid launch facility. In addition, there are some work done by IIT Patna which look at novel orientation and independence and Weichler's heat spreader for space cooling applications. This is actually for unmanned flight of the Gaganyaan and it's supported by, project is supported by ISRO. So there is a lot of work happening in the area of space technology. Then there are disruptive technologies for mining. ISM Dhanbad is looking at that. So we have lot of survey data sets and hyperspectral signature of various minerals through which we can do this AI exploration. And some of the other interesting projects at ISM Dhanbad are digitalization of mining process in a harsh and dynamic environment, and pit to port optimization, that is from geological modeling and mine engineering. This workforce will also look at multidisciplinary inputs to basically do the pit to port optimization. And then we need an underground positioning system also for basically effectively doing the mining process. 5G is very important, and as a country we have been responsible for developing a standard for our country called 5GI, which is currently going to become mandatory in the release 17 and above. So this is where we are standing, and very importantly an end-to-end 5G testbed which is working to the satisfaction, very satisfactorily working, has been constructed at IIT Madras, and the entire effort was done by multiple faculty across the 5 institutions, IIT Bombay, Kanpur, Delhi, Hyderabad, IISc and myself, the IIT Madras, and then Samir, another organization. These people have collectively done this 5G communications. And then there are a lot of efforts on the 5G side in terms of the Atmanirbhar cognitive radio antennas that are all developed by ISM Dhanbad. Mobility is very crucial. So IIT Madras has embarked on a Hyperloop project. Hyperloop is to create a vacuum in the tube and basically send the train or cargo at very great speeds, and if it's a vacuum, these can travel much faster. Other important research activities include a lot of high altitude stuff from IIT Jammu. This is extremely important for our soldiers who are defending our country. Of course, the digital twins are also very important. So what's a digital twin? A system, I mimic it completely using digital technology. So there will be a software running on a system which will be the digital twin of an hardware that is happening on a system. And then there are virtual reality and augmented reality. This becomes very important from an immersive skill training point of view. In addition, there are some tourist applications which looks at heritage structures and tourism, and then of course a lot of medical applications which are very important. Then there is a Center for Applied Research in Defense and Security CARDS at IIT Ropur, and there is a lot of work going on cyber security and blockchain technologies. IIT Kanpur has successfully launched this in the state of Karnataka, and it has been implemented. Then a lot of work is happening on the IoT based systems. Waste to wealth has been very high priority for IIT Madras, and there is a very good importance for garbage disposal, including small pieces of concrete. So this is very, very extremely important. In addition, there is a lot of work happening on the battery technologies. Basically, we are looking at zinc-based batteries, which will be available in some detail within the country, and so zinc-based batteries may be a very, very powerful Atmanirbhar solution to the battery field of battery technologies. Now, a lot of effort has been put by multiple IITs to see that this battery that is put on vehicles are accident free. This is basically that the batteries that are used are accident free, and there is a lot of effort that has been taken by many of the IITs, including IIT Bombay. There's the most important innovation in this battery is no fire or fumes when it become when it loses charge. So friends, what we have seen here is a collection of what is happening in the country, in the emerging areas, specifically concentrating on health technologies, manufacturing and electric vehicles that we touched in the last, and the space initiative. I think these are all very, very important emerging areas, and all youth must aspire to basically work in this area, get an understanding of this area in a focused manner, so that we will develop solutions of societal and economic importance down the line, and will serve as a very, very major contribution back to the country towards the journey of a completely Atmanirbhar 2047, where India is aspiring to become a global leader, and all these small efforts by many of you will really matter in making our country really a technology superpower as dreamt by many of us, and also you being a part of this very wonderful journey. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I hope you all enjoyed this lecture. Namaste. Namaste to all of you. At the outset, I apologize that due to pressing commitments here at IIT Madras, I am not in a position to come and attend the function at the Alagappa Chettiar institution. The loss is definitely mine, and in the next opportunity, certainly I will visit the institution. I thank the organizing committee of this event to have chosen me to deliver this lecture. What I thought was that as India is moving towards the 100th year of independence in 2047. We have 25 years left over, which our Honorable Prime Minister calls as the Amrit Kal. What is it that youngsters who will be defining
Hiring and
the science and
speech,
technology of our
Professor Kam
country?
said he was very apologetic by not being here. Mentioned when about Petra Manikavacha College. First student of Engineering said they gave me some reference books of some Pasquino or Casquino mathematics that followed that. And Manikavacha. Very complimenting. He had a lot of friends, Chettiar community, Karaikudi. Was very interesting engagements, he could not make it. Anyway, very good speech. Thank you to him. I hope you all have learned something. Available in the YouTube as well as in your college library. Listen to it when I get time to learn more things, new technology. Now, என்ன சார் சிவனை கூப்பிட்டு பேசிட்டே இருக்கீங்களே பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கேன். Time has come now for Dr. K. Shivan. I request K.V. Rajashekar to introduce Shivan.
Dr. Sivan Parni, a batchmate, Engineering College. Great pleasure to introduce one of the scientists, Dr. Sivan, amongst us today, in spite of very busy. Actually, doesn't need. Name is a household name. Everyone knows his name. Nonetheless, privilege, pleasure
to talk about this illustrious personality and his journey in getting India to the foremost of space and research. Currently, Vikram Sarabhai continues and former chairman of Space Commission, also known as Rocket Man of India. He is a renowned scientist. He is known for his contribution in the launch vehicles. Born in 1952, he studied in the Alumni school. Got his BSc Mathematics degree. He did his BTech
aerospace.
He completed in aerospace engineering
In Bangalore and
and his PhD in aerospace engineering.
IIT Mumbai. Joined Sarabhai Space 2 launch week. Major contribution driving back to back, like as well as technology reuse of launch week by Dr. Parni, architect D trajectory software. He has more than 37 years. Gaganyaan project was vertical human flight added in scope of action. The space flight established in Bangalore managing, strongly believes tomorrow have to be motivated today. 2 weeks summer vacation targeting as a career option. He has also instituted on-the-job training program for nano satellites as one of the initiatives. Dr. Sivan's professional expertise has been well recognized globally, and he serves today as a Vice President of International Academy of Astronautics. He is a fellow of various academies, and he has received recognition, quite a lot of international and national recognition, but to name a few, he has received Simon Rao Medal, Alan Emil Memorial Award, IMC Juran Cap Quality Medal, etc. And not but the least, Dr. Sivan has co-authored a book called Integrated Design for Space Transportation System, and this book has been given a IAA 2019 Science Book Award. With these few words, may I request Dr. Sivan to give his felicitation address to the 63-68 batch, and also give his guidance to the future scientists who are all here today. Thank you very much.
Most respected Shankaran sir, Dr. Palani, Director, Alagappa Chettiar College of Engineering and Technology, Mr. Chandrasekhar, Mr. Ravi Shankar, and 1963 freshmen of this college and their partners, as well as young friends from Alagappa Chettiar College of Engineering and Technology. It's a very good morning to all of you. In fact, you just now heard very heavy, highly technical and heavily packed presentation by Professor Kamagodi. And I don't want to load you to more like that. I wanted to make your life very simple, this one. I don't want to load it more on your head. That is my intention. Before my talk, I just wanted to give one small coincidence, strange coincidence between me and 1963 freshman, I would say. When this 1963 freshman entered into this college, I entered into the first standard of the school. And in fact, when I was doing my studies in the school as well as college, by that time, this freshman really grown into a very big man, from the freshman to big men. And they really served the country as various capacities. Because when I was interacting these senior members yesterday night as well as today, I could see that it's amazing that what type of contribution these senior people from this Alagappa Chettiar College of Engineering and Technology has contributed to the nation in a variety of field. And it is not over. They really remembered their alma mater, and they are conducting that various programs and various services to the college also. Not only outside to the colleges also, they are doing very, very service. It's really something so wonderful. It is, at least to me, it is unheard of. It's the first time I am hearing such type of the service the freshmen they are doing. Yesterday, some of the seniors, they asked me, how is your alumni association in MIT is working, whether you are going for the alumni meeting in a very fresh way. I said, in 1980, when I came out of alumni MIT, I paid the full money to become life member of that alumni association of MIT Aerospace Department. Till today, I have not got a call. There's no meeting. When we have such type of system, that is not very much. It is not that I am making blaming them. It is very difficult to conduct, bring the people together, because once they are gone out of the college, they will spread across the country, across the globe, on the fast track manner. It is very, very difficult to track the people. But with contrast to that one, I could see the freshman is really able to contact and compact. They are compacted together. They are conducting the program very periodically. It's something great. I would say that. Let me compliment and congratulate the team to do the excellent work. And it is not only Diamond Jubilee, and every year they had I wish that they had to celebrate, and very soon they had to celebrate the centenary. It's a celebration of this freshman, 1963 freshman. That's what my wish. Let me compliment and congratulate for doing that work very nicely. When you are celebrating centenary celebration, please invite me as a chief guest. That is more important, this one. The type of that hospitality I got yesterday onwards, it's something wonderful. So that's what I would like to be invited as a chief guest in the centenary celebrations also, this one. Now, it is a rare combination of the 70, 75, 78 years old freshman and the very, very young students assembled here. It's a very rare combination. So, I would like to speak in the remaining part of my speech for the students assembled here. Of course, it will be useful for the freshmen also. It is not that they should close their eyes, ears, this one. It will be useful because they also have a lot of responsibility to bring up the youngsters to come up. So they have a lot of responsibility. So this is for them also. My dear students, when you are coming out of this college tomorrow to meet the challenges of the nation as well as the world. The three things will play major role in your life and career. One is conquering the fear. Second one is taking the calculated risk. Third one is innovation. These 3 points are very, very important when you are coming out of this college, because still when in the college, you are really enjoying without understanding the world in front of you. You are going to enter into the world which is really exciting, at the same time complex, as well as it's a very ambiguous. This is the world you are going to enter, that you keep it in mind. At the same time, what I would like to impress upon you, the students, that you people have learned much more than what we have learned, which we didn't have the opportunity to learn, but you have the opportunity to learn and you have done more. That is how to handle the uncertainty, how to make the right decision in the complex situation. This is the lesson you people, you youngsters have learned much more than the old people like us. So definitely you can do much better. Therefore, when you are facing the world outside the college, because Alagappa Chettiar College of Engineering and Technology is not the world. Tomorrow you have to come out of the world and see the world. At that time, this conquering the personal fear, then taking calculated risk, at the same time, definitely innovation, it is very much essential for you, because if you are seeing these 3 items, they are really interrelated. They cannot be handled individually. These 3 items is interrelated, and these 3 items are essential for you to develop something new and reach the top level. That is more important. Suppose you want to develop something new, you need to take a risk. Without taking a risk, you cannot develop something new. You need to take a risk. So that is one part. When you are taking risk of developing something new and that product is useful for the country and the product is useful for the nation, at the same time it is useful for the services of the individual citizen of the country in a cost-effective manner, you will be doing innovation. Simply repeating what others are doing is not on. You have to do innovation. Without innovation, you cannot live. The whole world is running as a moving only because of innovation. If the innovation is stopped, the world will be stopped rotating, I would say. Innovation only will is making the world getting going on. Whatever Professor Kamakodi talked, everything is based on innovation. So innovation is a must. You have to take the risk and you have to take the innovation in the picture. At the same time, in the meantime, you may end up with some kind of setbacks. So how to take risk, how to avoid failure, I want to tell you a small story. In Kerala, many other people may be knowing the story. In Kerala, there was a village. And in the village, there was a pond. And the pond, there are full of crocodiles. So the village chairman put a competition. Somebody who is jumping into the pond and crossing the pond and reaching the other side definitely we will be giving 10 sovereigns of gold. This is a competition arranged. So the entire village assembled there. They want the 10 sovereigns of gold, but they do not know what to do. Nobody wanted to take a risk. Suddenly, that one from the crowd, one fellow has jumped into the pond, and he swam very fast. Because of his life and death, he swam very fast, and he reached the other side, and everybody was celebrating him. Oh, you are a really courageous fellow. You could jump into the pond and came other side. So you are the courageous fellow. Like that, everybody was praising him. That time, that fellow was telling in Malayalam, "Arada patti agathe talliyadu." That is, actually, he has not jumped. Somebody really pushed him inside the pond. When he was telling like that, from the crowd, one lady was going slowly slipping out. That was his wife. In fact, his wife only pushed him inside. Understood that, yes, there's a competition. Yes, somehow she wanted to finish him off. This is the opportunity, so she pushed him inside the pond. But that fellow, because of that situation, is now he has to take a risk. It's a life and death problem. So he could win. So definitely the world is full of ponds full of crocodiles. You have to jump. Somebody has to be there, like his wife, to push inside. And for that only people like the teachers and the principal, and in fact like people like the freshmen and Shankaran, they are really doing the services to make the people to enter into that area world and make it happen. So what I want to tell is, I want to talk about my own story, because I need not talk about others' story. I myself have a big story behind my career. So I can talk about my own story. In fact, as given in the introduction, I started my career or educational career from the Tamil medium school, government school. And as far as my college education is going and my career is going, very interesting part is I never got whatever I wanted as my first choice. In fact, after pre-university, that is at that time pre-university is like a +2 end. So everybody suggested me to go to engineering college, and I also wanted to go for engineering college. My father told, "No, you are not going, I don't have money." Yes, he went and asked somebody, "I'm going to put my son in the engineering college." That fellow, maybe because of jealous or not, I do not know. Yes, that person's boy was not studying properly. Somehow he wanted to spoil my career, and he said, "You don't put your son in the college, the engineering college," he told. He said, "Yes, no, you cannot go to engineering college, I don't have money." Then when people are triggered me, "You do hunger strike." Just like Mahatma Gandhi did the hunger strike and he won every time. So definitely the hunger strike is the one easy method of solving the problem. So I told that I won't take food till you are agreeing for me to go to engineering college. 1 day over, 2 days over, 3 days over, 1 week over. My father was not all bothering me. My hunger strike is going on, is never ending. Finally, I am not able to continue. Finally, I left the hunger strike, and he won the strike in the battle. I lost the battle. I went to BSc Mathematics. After going to that, completing the BSc Mathematics, I wanted to do MSc Mathematics. I got the applications form and all, everything. They called for interview. They asked for paying money, fees and pay. And my father told that, no, you have to go to engineering. I asked, why? I am happy with MSc. He said, no, I stopped you from going for engineering, so now you have to go. So I went for engineering. I did my BTech, aeronautics, and I tried to get a job after completing the BTech aeronautics. We have not got a job at that time. In aerospace, the job was not available. Only few people, our college, they got. I have not got. So because I have not got job, I studied ME in Indian Institute of Science. In Indian Institute of Science, after studying, I wanted to go for a job in that ISRO Satellite Center. Now it is called URSC. I went there for interview for joining there. But they said, no, you are a useless fellow. You are not eligible for joining this type of space activity like this. Please, you think of something else like that. I was denied. Finally, very interestingly, I only became the chairman of the same URSC. This one. So, in this life career, what I learned is two things. One is, I never got what I wanted as my first choice, number one. When such type of things happen, I understood whatever I got, I did to my heart. So, life is not, the lesson what I learned is, life is not selecting waiting for a best choice to come to you. Life is like whatever opportunities available to you, make best use of it. That is the right thing. That is the lesson I learned. The second lesson what I learned was, if something is denied for you, something is bigger and brighter is waiting for you. That you please keep it in mind. As Dalai Lama said, sometimes you are not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. Dalai Lama himself said, I am the best example for that. So, my dear students, if somebody is not getting good mark or somebody is failing, my heartiest congratulations to you people, and you will be getting the better opportunity than others. So that way only I want to tell you. So don't lose heart. If something is definitely you are something you are set back, you please don't think it is the end of life. If you are talking about FAIL, somebody was asking what is FAIL, I would say it is not the fail, it is a short form of first attempt in learning. If somebody is selling NO is no, I won't accept that NO. NO is next opportunity, I would say. If somebody is telling it is the end of your career, your end of your study, I will say that not END is not end. END is effort never dies, I would say. So, first you believe that you can achieve. And you have a lot of potential on your hand. That you keep in mind. With your potential, you realize your potential. That is more important. When you are doing like this, that definitely we can make it forward. Why I am telling is, you people have a very high responsibility of contributing for the nation to ensure that our Bharat is the global leader in all the areas, especially science and technology. That's what our aspirations of our Honorable Prime Minister. To ensure that one, science and technology development is essential for the development of the country. When you are talking about science and technology is development, it is very simple, at the same time very complex. Why I am telling is, in order to ensure that the science and technology is meaningful, it is useful and easily accessible for the citizen of the country, which makes you also to the higher level, if you are talking science and technology development, you should have the three characteristics. Number one, the science and technology development has to be indigenous and it should be self-sufficient. Second one is it must be innovation. Third one is that there must be always the interactive effort of the integrated effort of science and technologies required. Then only the benefit of the science and technology will reach to the mass. The science and technology cannot be worked in an individual mode. Now, if you are saying that today, the government, the entire country is working towards achieving the Atmanirbhar Bharat mission, the vision set forth by our Honorable Prime Minister. Also, if you are saying this, the government is working towards creating a robust ecosystem of the innovation. That is, it's a big system that I must tell the students, please go and visit Government of India sites. There's a big ecosystem is it is being established. I myself seen as Secretary Department of Department of Space, that the robust mechanism of the academia, industry and startup system is established. So, because of this one, what I would say that there is a very huge and conducive environment for people to become entrepreneurs. So, what I want advice to the 500 young friends staying here, you should not look for a job seeker. You should not be a job seeker. You should be the job creators. That should be your aim. Immediately after completing your degree, or when you are in the the 5th semester, 6th semester, or 7th semester, you please don't visit your placement cell for getting job. You approach the appropriate people to become a startup company and how to become entrepreneurs so that you can give job to others. That should be your aim, this one. Why I am telling is, the best example is myself. I joined the ISRO, the organization. I got employed there. I was working for last 40 years. At the end of the 40 years, when I was looking backward, what I have done, I have only one Maruti 800 car. Anybody is aware of that car? Nobody may be aware. Only that car alone I am having. One Kawasaki Bajaj only I am having. That is the bike. That's all my property. Nothing else. I got a small house, and which I paid till my retirement my money for that. Why you have to struggle like that? You have to become like Ambani. Please understand. You have the opportunity, potential. Why you have to struggle like me? See, being chairman of ISRO is not a big thing. Finally, that is everything is matter with you have to become an entrepreneur. Please understand. For that, for entrepreneurs to become that one, there's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of that startup ecosystem. It is there. That I will explain how it is happening. That you should target. That is more important. Don't go for a job from IT industry. IT job is not a. I'm not blaming IT people. They are good people. They are required. Without them, we cannot survive. But that is not the end of the story. There is a lot of opportunities available for you from the startup ecosystem. That is one. That here I would like to say about the space system. You know the space system, what the Department of Space is doing, what ISRO is doing, what really is, we are aware, your people. Yesterday also there was a launch by the SSLV D2. When you are asking that, I don't know how many people will be able to tell from this crowd what ISRO is doing. Can anyone tell? Launching rocket. They'll tell only that one. ISRO's aim is not for launching rocket. Rocket is only for some 15 minutes travel. Actually, what rocket is doing is, it is only transporting a satellite. The real function of that ISRO comes from the services provided by the satellite. That is the main important part of the entire episode. But people have forgotten that part. People are thinking about only rocket. Yesterday, after the launch, wherever I was going, the fellows are calling and asking me that interview. You tell what is SSLV D2, what it is given to the country, like this. But people have now forgotten about what is inside in the satellite, in the SSLV D2. Actually, people are thinking that ISRO's function is only launching rocket. ISRO's function is not launching rocket. It is for serving the country, the individual country, to the maximum extent. What I would say is, when 60 years back, when Vikram Sarabhai started the space the system, he has a one vision. Before that, I wanted to ask one small story I want to tell. The entire space activity, the rocketry, you are seeing that, the whole thing is initiated by our enemy country, that is China. In fact, the Chinese scientists, Chinese alchemists, they did research. They wanted to get a medicine which will be, they wanted to develop elixir, mainly to extend the life. They don't want to die. They wanted to extend the life to the maximum. For that, they were trying to do, the alchemists are doing research to find a medicine for extending life. Finally, at the end of the research, instead of extending the life, they have invented one item which will be killing themselves. That is the gunpowder. This gunpowder only they utilize for celebrations and other thing, for fireworks and all. After the fireworks are over, then the Chinese are forgotten. Now, how to make use of this gunpowder into a useful methodology? If I am asking another question to you, I don't know how many of you will be able to tell. Which country have that first rocket launch? Anybody can tell? Yes, Indian is the first country launched a rocket. In 1792, in the war against the British people, our Tipu Sultan made a rocket using the gunpowder from the China, and using the rocket, he distracted the British items, and he won the war. And second time also he won the war. But the British people know how to get the technology from us. They know weakness of Indian. Somehow they catch hold of this particular this rocket, and they have taken this rocket from India to England. From England, the India is transported to other European countries. Then after that, it is the entire Western country was built rockets based on that. But we have not done anything. We were staying at one place. And finally, now, when we are going and asking the technology from them, they are denying. So, very interestingly, the technology which has gone from us to other country, the same technology when we are asking for, we are not getting. This is the very interesting part. It is like even Tamil movie. I do not know this. The freshmen may be aware. Old people, young people may not be aware. There was a movie by Honorable MGR, that Enga Veetu Pillai, that Nagireti that produced that movie, and that's after the success of the movie, Enga Veetu Pillai, it was somebody from North, from Hindi. They took the film's right, and then after the success of that movie there, somebody else have made the same movie. Instead of the male, the dual heroes, and they put the female dual heroine. That they twisted the same story. The same story, our same Nagireti purchased for money to make in India, Tamil. This is a very interesting part. Something similar to only this happened in the rocket technology. And so rocket technology was used by the countries mainly initially for distracting others. When that technology was used for distracting others, at the same time, only one person in the world, I would say, that is Professor Vikram Sarabhai, thought in an innovative way how to make use of this destructive technology in a constructive purpose. This one. And he found that India is a very vast country along the length and the breadth, and nearly 75 to 80% of the India's population lies in the rural area and unreachable area. So Dr. Sarabhai felt that if we wanted to make India as a developed country, unless we are making this 75 to 80% of the rural masses the technologies, unless they are reaching their doorsteps, India will never develop. And he found that the space technology is a tool which can be utilized very effectively to bring the advanced technology to the rural mass. Because this space technology contains the spacecraft. Spacecraft doesn't know what is the rural area, what is that unreachable area, who is the rich or poor. The services it can provide to everybody equally. The technology can be whatever technology in the advanced technology we have reached that our urban people are enjoying, that can be transferred, that can be communicated to the rural people in effectively using the space technology. That is his intention. Now, with this intention, when he developed, and he said that he wanted to develop this technology indigenously, because if you are depending on other country, they may not give. That is number one. And even if they are giving, it will be very costly. Third one is, at the critical time, they will stop the service. All of you are aware, there is a Kargil war. When the Kargil war was going on, government of India has approached government of United States to provide the services of GPS for the battle, for the war. But USA refused. And we developed our own NAVIC system to do that. Like that only I am telling that if the technology is not indigenous, it is not self-sufficient, you have the danger of getting refusal at the critical time. And you may have to pay more. This is the intention with the space technology has prepared. And with that one, Dr. Sarabhai felt that to get these services easily to the people, it should be indigenous and it should be done by India, our own research and development. With that, it's 6 years back he initiated, and the development has happened in all the areas. That is to do the services using space technology to the common man of the country. Definitely, we need a satellite to provide service. We need a ground system to disseminate the data to the people. We need a launch vehicle to lift the satellite to put into the space. So this portion only you are looking. The remaining portion is really the thing which you are not aware. And so he developed, and for the last 60 years, the development has happened, all around development happened in the launch vehicle, spacecraft, ground segment. Now, what I want to tell is, each and every second of your life, each and every one of you assembled here, every second of your life is linked to space. That is the importance of the space activities or ISRO for you, I would say. Why I am telling is, like whenever there is a cyclone, earlier people used to get affected mostly from the East Coast area. Every cyclone, 20 to 30,000 people used to get died. Now, because of the satellite technology, there is a good amount of that information is available about the origin of the cyclone and how it is tracking, and we are able to identify that path so that people are located and dislocated, so it is not affecting us. And suppose you wanted to communicate to that remote place, because the people who are from the Karaikudi will be enjoying this, no problem. But you have to see how people are struggling in the remote area, like northeastern area also. And the broadband connectivity to northeast region is given by the satellite. What I would say is, in the household area, the people that our older people, how they are doing, their TV services, their games, mobile, ATM, everything is done through the satellite. And suppose the satellite is not functioning, what will happen? None of you can see the serial. I am seeing you. You are seeing that evening 7:30 Pandian store, Bhagya Lakshmi, Bharati Kannamma, Tamilum Saradhodiyum, everything is out. Nothing you can see. This one. That youngsters cannot play games. So games will be stopped. They will, this one. So that is the one. That is not only strategic area, domestic area also, they are really having that life, this one. And we have created so an app for fishermen. So this app really what it is giving is, it will correctly, it is like even uneducated people also can read. Yes, it is no return thing, only direction. As soon as the fisherman is entering into the sea, once they are switching on the app, it will show where the amount of fish is available. So if you are following that same direction, whatever given by this app, they are following the fisherman. Now they are bringing huge amount of fishes. But even though they are bringing huge amount of, every time they are returning with that huge amount of fish, only fish is coming, but cost is not reducing. Still they are keeping the same cost only. So this is another part. So in every part it is being done. So wherever I am going, explaining to the people, please understand ISRO's aim is not for launching a rocket, not for only for enjoying the rocket launch. It is mainly meant for serving the people in the areas of safety, security, and quality of life. So ISRO is not Ramanan Kottai. It is a transparent system that you must know. Very recently, during my son's marriage engagement day, one person was sitting behind me. That person actually retired from a bank, the employee, a manager or a big level, this one. Then he was scratching my back. Then he asked, "Who are you?" He is expecting he has to be put inside friend, but I was put in the friend. He was not happy. So he was asking, "Who are you?" I told, "I am that bridegroom's father." I see. Then after 5 minutes again he was scratching. "What you are doing?" I told that I am the chairman of ISRO. Still he is not satisfied. After 5 minutes again he scratched. He asked, "What ISRO is doing?" Adapavi, this fellow is a bank employee, bank manager. He is not knowing what ISRO is doing, and that fellow is having that mobile in his pocket, and that mobile is working with the satellite that he is not knowing. So this is the situation. So definitely now ISRO is doing that lot of work, and at the same time, this is not end of the story. It is not sufficient. Is a lot of new development ISRO has to do in terms of research and development. This one. That along the development, very recently, I would say that there is a big the change happened in the Department of Space or in ISRO. We are when I am calling Department of Space, everybody is knowing that you are ISRO, but nobody is aware what is Department of Space. Actually, for your purpose, I am telling, as per Government of India's concern, there is no ISRO. There is no organization called ISRO. ISRO is the organization created, only talked by people and newspaper, and that's all. There is no formal organization called ISRO. It is only Department of Space. ISRO was a name usually talked by people sometime back, this one. And this Department of Space, they said very recently a big reform happened. Our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has brought the space sector reform in the very recently, about a year back, and that was one of the work I did towards the end of my tenure. A major work we did. This space sector reform is actually what really is meant is allowing the private people to carry out the space related activities. That means till recently the entire space activities, that is building a rocket and building a satellite and launching the satellite, also doing the services, everything was done by ISRO or Department of Space, and that is by Government of India. The space sector reform, what really it is saying, it is not only the government job, the entire space sector is unlocked and open for the public. So now the private industry, startup, academia, anybody can do the space activity. They can build a satellite, they can build a rocket, and they can launch them, and they can provide services to them, and then they can earn the money. That is that reform it's made. And you could have seen that in that Professor Kamagodi's presentation, this one Agricul. This is one of the startup really. It is in situated in IIT Chennai. This one. So this space activity, when we are doing, why it is this the space sector reform is initiated or created is because of this one. Even though we are seeing that the entire the global space economy, the space economy globally is something about that $450 billion. And we are telling that we are great, and ISRO is doing a lot, this one. And we are seeing that out of the entire global space economy, our India's contribution is just 2%. Just 2%. And we are thinking that we are doing a great work. Now, very interestingly, out of this $450 billion economy, nearly only that about 2% economy only for the launch vehicle rocket, and only 5% only that is a contribution for the spacecraft. About the 48% is meant for ground infrastructure, and 45% meant for the space applications. The people are bothering about this 2% activity, that 98% activity they have forgotten. And if at all you wanted that is economy, what we have to do is we have to ensure that we have to capture the space economy globally around at least some 15 to 20%. That is the space economy globally that India should capture. This is what intention Government of India have. Another intention was that our number of satellite launches are increasing. Satellites are increasing. And when this is happening, The ISRO alone cannot do all these jobs together. ISRO have only limited capacity. With a limited capacity, we cannot increase the number of launches, which will, so number of services also will be restricted. To enhance the services to the people, we have to bring more hand. Also to bring that the economy, we have to bring more hand. More hand means the whole India, we have 140 crores of people. Don't think that ISRO's 17,000 people are the great. It is not so. There are much more great and brilliant people available outside India, the ISRO. So if we are able to tap the potential of the people, so definitely they can do better. They should, not only ISRO people, outside people are also allowed to do the space activity. They have the capacity to do, they can contribute, so they can do the services to the country through space system. At the same time, which can increase the economy of the space. This is the purpose with which the space sector reform is done. And because of this one, there's a lot of startups. Nearly 150 startups have already shown interest. They started working in the space sector area. At the same time, there are a lot of academic level people are also interested. They are also getting involved. Now, what I would say is, you younger generation have a lot of opportunity in the space area, not for joining ISRO. Joining ISRO is a only limited thing. Don't think that your life is over, or you are not happy that you are not entered into the ISRO. No. ISRO means space activity. Now the space activity can be done outside ISRO also through some other system like a startup. So you have a lot of opportunity to carry out the space activity. And what are the activities really available? As I said, out of the total economy, only that 48% is the ground infrastructure, 45% is for the application, and 2% is only for rocket, and 5% is for the spacecraft. So, if you wanted to get in the space activity and you wanted to become entrepreneurs, which area you should select? Rocket or application or space infrastructure? Anybody can tell? In fact, you have to contribute on the applications area. You will gain money. You can contribute more opportunity. You can do much better in the space applications, and at the same time you can do much better in the space infrastructure. And the space applications or space infrastructure is a less investment area. With less investment you can do. In fact, for space application, you are thinking that getting into the space activity is large. It is not so. You, without any investment, only with your brain, you can enter into the application area and you can earn crores of money. I am telling you, crores of money or billions of money, dollar of money you can gain if you are entering into the applications area with very no investment or no less investment. Only your brain is sufficient. Only the people not having brain only, they will do rocket. Because in the whole economy, only 2%. One fellow from that IIT director Kamakodi is very happy to tell that Agnikul rocket, what is the use? Only 2%. And the Skyroot rocket, only 2%. Whereas the person who is doing computer, some data science, he will get 48%. Crores of money he will get. So this is the way. Now when we are doing like this, what are the areas right now it is emerging for you to work in ISRO, not only ISRO, the in space area, either as part of ISRO or part of the industry or a part of your startup, your company, what it can do. That some few points that is Professor Kamagodi has mentioned. One is that advanced manufacturing or is the intelligent manufacturing. It's a space systems are very, very, very highly accurate and precision. Any small deviation it can create problem. And here we are investing huge amount of effort, money for the manufacturing the space system, which you are not knowing. You know only rocket. And the rocket is going and working, and each and every, there's lakhs of components should work on precision. So definitely at present we are investing so much amount of money, human resources for manufacturing. If you are finding an intelligent method of manufacturing, different method, yeah, you can create your own system to intelligent manufacture. That will be that one area which you can really contribute. And second one area is the advanced material. You can think that rocket is, don't think that rocket is only rocket. Rocket contains many things. If you see a rocket is not by aerospace fellow, but aerospace fellow doesn't know about rocket. I am telling you. And a rocket contains all the disciplines of that material science, chemical science, the material engineering, chemical engineering, mechanical, civil, electrical, every part of the engineering, every part of the science will come together as to make a rocket. So one such item is material. If the material is development, advancement in the material only is making the rocket science feasible in the world. Why I am telling is, you take a typical your two-wheeler or four-wheeler. What is the structural mass of the two-wheeler? And what is the fuel, petrol? And what is the payload? How many people are traveling? So you can imagine that if you are taking an aircraft, this one, aircraft, the 45% of the aircraft, one aircraft is actually structure. Nearly 25% of the aircraft is fuel, and 20% only the payload, the human and the cargo, everything 20%. This is the breakup for aircraft. But a rocket, if you are seeing, very interestingly, 85% of the rocket is that explosive, it's a bomb. And around 15% is the structure. So out of 15%, some portion, 0.4% is a payload. So yesterday there's a rocket, when it is lifted up, around 80-ton or 90-ton rocket, around 100-ton rocket, it launched only 350 kg. So when 600-ton vehicle is going up, the useful payload it is giving only around 4 ton. That's all. So that is the efficiency of the rocket. So all this is happened because of the advancement in the material. Now, present trend is we need to develop advanced technology, advanced material like nano material and all. That only will make the further space system on. And why this is happening is only when we are having the material science development is happening, we can have the single stage to orbit. Right now, all rockets are multi-stage. That is, we will be launching and we are putting under the sea. And that's all. But we want a rocket, it is just like a aircraft. That is, just launch, go to the space and inject the satellite and come back to the ground and the refuel and once again launch. You should be like that, just like aircraft. Then only it is efficient and useful. That is single stage reusable launch vehicle. For that purpose, advanced material is a must. So this is the one area which is required. And also that now the satellite size is reducing. Earlier, whatever the satellite, that a 6-ton satellite function, what it is doing. Now the 6-ton satellite functions now is being carried out by 100 kg satellite. Because of the advancement in the electronics, because of advancement in the electronics, the component size has shrunk, the satellite size is reduced. And because satellite size is reduced, the launch cost is reduced. So this way, this is advantageous. So satellite should be small. This is another area, how to make a small satellite. This is another the advanced area the space system has. Now, the next one is that we have that very high applications of robotics in the space system, many areas, either it's manufacturing or it's rocket launching or in space activity or after reaching space, that one. And lot of the space activities, the future space activities planned. For everything, the robotics is coming in the picture. That is another area, emerging area, technology area. Then we have, once we are reaching the orbit, we have one nuisance, I would say. It's not only launching rocket, in the space is full of debris. There is millions of the parts. Millions of parts is spending, it is lying on the space. And it is out of the entire space activities full of debris. Only about 4,000 useful articles only now, right now there in the space, that is satellite. And nearly 25,000 unused satellites are there. And nearly 10 lakhs of small particles size items are there. And in terms of millions of the items which is less than 1 centimeter is this one. And so it is like when you are launching a new satellite, it will be equivalent to launching a satellite in the crowded area. So this, how to manage this situation is a one new area, one concern people are having. So there are one method is removing the debris, whatever there in the space is the one method. So that youngsters become entrepreneurs and bringing a method how to easily remove the debris. Definitely they can become billionaire and they can beat even Elon Musk. Elon Musk nowadays become poor. He is losing money. All big fellows are. I used to tell that Elon Musk, Adani and all. I do not know whether my tongue is bad. Now they are losing money. So what I am telling is that you can become billionaire if you are finding a method, or we have to find a automatic method of avoiding, just like automatic system. So to avoid that the space traffic management, it is another area. Yet another area is really it is coming up is artificial intelligence, machine language, and big data analytics and data science. Data science is one area. It is, all of you are aware, and this also that is Professor Kamagodi has mentioned. Data science is that a future area. It's emerging. They are the highly paid people, and data science, artificial intelligence, and other things are coming together. That is a very must required. This is mainly because whatever data, if we wanted to take up the task from the space applications area, that is in the mainly using the remote sensing data satellite. The data has to be huge amount of data will be coming, and we have to infer or get information about information about the system accurately, very fast. Now the satellite is actually is covering, and we are taking an image, and the information coming from the image is coming only after a few days, after the weeks, and this has become nowadays from that weeks become days. Now it has become like some kind of hours. Still, that getting the information through the automation or the artificial intelligence, and we have to work so that the data or information is coming in real time. This is one area it's working is there. Then in terms of satellite technology, not only satellite and ground system technology also, the quantum technology is another area. It is emerging for the satellite as well as the ground system. This is the exciting area that also that we need to come with this one. Then we need a lot of smart propulsion. Okay, that is the spacecraft. Right now, that whatever spacecraft we are launching, and at the same time that whatever we are reaching the other places, it is not easy. We are thinking that rocket is the highest speed the vehicle. The satellite is moving with something like a 50,000 kilometers per hour speed. We are thinking that it is very high speed. Actually, it is not so. When we are talking about if we wanted to go to that way, Elon Musk is asking the people to go to Mars in a one-way traffic, one-way travel. If somebody wanted to go to Mars, I think some girl they were happy to go also. This one, it's a one-way travel, because to go to Mars, it's the nearest planet. It's very close. It is not far away. It is like from this place to that Pillarapeti Ganapati temple. That much distance only, I will say. Even for that, we are taking 1 year to go. Hey, what is this one? But people cannot go like that. People wanted to go in 1 hour. I go to Mars and come back. Or people will wanted to go to moon and come back in 15 minutes. This is the type of imagination people are having. But it is feasible if we are having advanced propulsion. Mainly propulsion system, advanced propulsion, intelligent propulsion. Advanced propulsion like that, how to increase the speed of this one. Our speed is nothing. We have to increase the speed of spacecraft equal to speed of light. Then only we can achieve. But there are some concepts. Conceptually, there are some papers have come so that we can reach Mars in 4 days and coming back another 4 days. This one. So this is an excellent idea. So this advanced propulsion system is one area that we need to work on. There's an opening is there. Then satellite point of view, intelligent propulsion is also one area that is we can think of. because people are fed up with the propellants. That is, all propellants are poisonous. That is, every propellant have that oxidizer and fuel. Each fuel and oxidizer is poisonous. Now people are looking for green propulsion. How to make it this one? And the spacecraft propulsion, they gone much more than that one. They are working on a system with water as a propellant. We don't want any other propellant. Just chemical propellant is not required. Water is sufficient. They are making. So that way activities are going on. Intelligent propulsion, that is also another area is people are working on that. And all these things are like that. I can go on add this one. And what I would say is, my dear friends, in the space activity, there's a lot of opportunity you have to be taken as a startup. And for that, you need not wait for joining ISRO. Joining ISRO is not a good thing. So you work for space activities from outside, there's a lot of opportunity, and you work on the applications area. That will be really beneficial for you. Don't think of that making a rocket. Adala one like this one. You are thinking, don't think about a rocket or spacecraft. You make use of your brain for giving applications. That's a big area. It is there. And to do all those things, I would say that first you have to unlearn whatever you have learned. And this, when I am telling this one, these professors used to angry with me. Say that next week, next month we are having exam, you are telling to the students to unlearn this one. Unless you are unlearning, you will never learn new things. So your mind will be full of dirts and good things, and these dirts to be unlearned. Then only the good things can introduce. So you have to unlearn, and you select your own area. You know your potential. You believe yourself you can do it. Your potential you know, and that area you please select this one. And if you are not able to get into the area you want, whatever area available to you, you please take and do with passion. That is one thing. And you innovate. That is their one. And not only innovate, you have to take a risk. And in that form, you may end up with some kind of that setbacks. And don't get away with that. You learn from the setback and proceed. And definitely the opportunity is available on you. It is up to you to decide now how to go ahead. The decision is yourself. You have to imagine, you have to keep it in mind that you are your own enemy. Nobody is your enemy. If you are doing good, it is because of you. If you are doing bad, it is because of you. So everything is with you. Please take care, and you make yourself work and bring new things and make yourself proud, make your parents proud, and make India proud, so that take India to the front position globally. This is all my wish. All the best for all of you. Thank you very much. God.
நான் ஸ்டாண்டிங் ஓவேஷன் கிடைக்கும்னு எதிர்பார்த்தேன். வெறும் கைதட்டல் தான் கிடைச்சிருக்கு. அருமையான ஸ்பீச்சு, வெரி குட் அட்வைஸ். எல்லாத்தையும் இருந்துட்டு இஸ்ரோ சேர்மன், இஸ்ரோவில் இருந்துட்டு 51 தடவை இஸ்ரோவில் இருந்துட்டு 51 தடவை இஸ்ரோன்னு சொல்லிட்டு இஸ்ரோ பக்கம் போகாதே அப்படிங்கிறாரு. என்னென்ன புரியல அது. அண்ட் அனதர் திங் இஸ், ஒன் ஆஃப் த திங்ஸ் ஐ லேர்ன்ட் அட் 76 years டுடே இஸ் ஃபெயில் நோ எண்ட். அதுக்கு ரியலி இட்ஸ் அ குட் மீனிங் இஸ் கிவன். தட்ஸ் அ வெரி வண்டர்ஃபுல் திங் ஐ லேர்ன்ட். ப்ளஸ் உங்கள் யங் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு நிறைய அட்வைஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காரு. Now we are going to have an interactive session for next 15-20 minutes. Those who want to ask any good questions to Dr. K. Shivan, you may please raise your hand. Some of our people or your own NSS volunteers will carry the mic and help you to ask the questions. Thank you. Those who want to ask questions, please come to the stage, please, so that you can speak from here, so that the others can listen to you. Please come to the stage.
Sir, what is the present status of Mission Gangayaan scheduled to be in 2024?
Present?
Status. எப்போ லான்ச் பண்ணுற மாதிரி என்ன நிலைமை?
இது எந்த வெஹிக்கிள்?
கங்கயான்.
Gaganyaan. Gaganyaan, you have to keep it in mind, Gaganyaan is the human space mission. Still now we are launching the rocket with carrying in the only satellite. When we are launching, so we need not bother many other things. Only how to carry load capacity only required. Whereas in the Gaganyaan mission that we are carrying human, so we have to ensure that a vehicle is capable of carrying them. Also the safety, that is the vehicle, their physical limit is one condition. Also that we need to simulate or create an environment, Earth-like environment in space for them to live together. So all this required a lot of new developments. Now after developing that, we need to do the test, ensure that everything is working all right, and then only we can go ahead. Right now that testing part is going on, and I'm sure that after the testing is over, that is we have that 2 unmanned mission. Without man, we will have a flight. After ensuring that everything is all right, then only the things will happen. So it will take some time. This one, right now the testing is going on. Thank you.
Sir, thank you for being in our college. We are feeling extremely blessed to interact with you with such a wonderful person. Sir, you are talking about Mars mission, future colonization of Mars. Sir, I wanted to know, is it really possible to colonize the Mars? And what are the future possibilities of India in this field, in the colonizing Mars?
No, definitely that is the colonization of Mars is feasible. See, whatever in the science, whatever earlier it was considered as impossible, fancy things only happen. Now the fancy is that now they go to Mars. That is a one. There are few things we have to keep in mind. One is that the travel time is very large. That the second one is that the environment there is now, right now it is that it is not suitable. So in the travel time, either the reduction, there's advanced technologies in propulsion is going on to reduce the travel time. And if not today, I am sure that within another 10-15 years that we will have a technology which will take us in a fast forward mode. That is one point, this one. And another one is that once we are reducing the time, the major problem of the space astronauts having some psychological problem, that will come reduced. So that is another area we need to do it. And the third one is this for colonization, that is the producing oxygen there and maintaining that oxygen and other environment. That also this one. That also research is going on. I am sure that within 10-15 years, that is things will come all right, and it will be feasible. Now regarding India's position, if you are seeing that India, that is we had already once we have launched a satellite to Mars, and it has gone through that gone around the Mars, and the landing technology, the Chandrayaan 3 is going to be tested. Once that is there, I think that we have the technology to go. Only thing is, paisa, money is required, and somebody is ready to go also. That is more important. That is these two things are there. It will be done. Otherwise, technology-wise, we are also have all technologies. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, my question is, how do you envision the... Sir, my question is, how do you envision the future of space technology, and what is the role of ISRO in future, sir?
Now, basically, this right now the space sector reform has happened in India, so that the private people are doing the work. So, because of the private people are doing the work, ISRO's activity is not going to reduce. ISRO is going to continue to do the research activity. In fact, ISRO are meant for research. It is not for launching. So originally the main ISRO activity is only for research and development only. And slowly only that we entered into launching like that. So now that we have to spend more time on the research activity. So that way it will happen, and there's a lot of projects are available. So it can be done through that one.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. What is the power of the chairman of ISRO? I have an game. Can you help me achieve my aim? I go to visit our space. Can you help me, sir?
Yeah, definitely you can visit space. You have a lot of opportunity. Only thing is you have to physically fit and mentally fit, that's all. And I'm sure that after the first mission, that is later that the normal people also will be taken. And definitely you can go. You have opportunity.
Thanks.
Good morning, sir. So I had a doubt at the start. So what will be the status of the satellites that were dismantled, which became e-waste? But now, as you said, when we get an idea of removing them, we will become an entrepreneur. Now I have a doubt. What stops us from making them free-falling or bringing them back to the Earth by the technology we use to send them to the space?
Yes, that is one of the technology that is being thought. I am very happy that you also have the same idea. So one way is that one of the method is after the satellite life is over, it has to be brought down to the earth, and mostly it will get burned in the atmosphere. This one, but for that we need to have a system to function, and like this one. So people will always make use of the only thing is what really happened is the satellite is designed for 5 years life, and most of the satellite or ISRO satellite or ISRO or Indians are conjuice, that you know. With less money, maximum benefit, and try to take from others also if possible. This is our characteristics. Our what we are, even though 5 years life is over, we will not allow to die. We will go on extract till it's dying. So all our satellite, instead of 5 years, it may be working for this one. And we are very proudly telling that it's working. Like a Mars orbital mission in the 6 months design, when it is working for 7 years, we are proud saying the 7 years working. So this proudness we should remove. And once a satellite is designed for a particular lifetime, that satellite has to be brought down and we have to burn in the atmosphere. This is one of the area we start process going on.
Okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My question is, what is the protection in space against solar storm?
Solar?
Storm, solar flare.
Solar storm, that is, right now, that is, our satellites have a protective shield. This one. And that protective shield that right now it is the level of the impact of solar storm. It will protect that one. Always spacecraft is always designed and developed for that one in the mind.
I think we should stop the questions now. We will continue with the next program. If anybody has got any questions, please send a mail to me or through the principal. We'll get an answer from Dr. K. Shivan in the next few days' time. We thought we had a little extra time. Now we are running out of time. Thank you, girls. Thank you very much. Thank you, boys. Now, the college authorities have requested they want about 15 minutes to give some awards and some scholarship from the hands of Dr. K. Shivan. I request Sandil and Dr. Palani to take over and do that.
Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Good afternoon, everyone. ACCET feels pride to announce the Best All-Round Outgoing Student Awards for 2020 batch of students and 2022 batch of students. It is customary to issue the Best All-Round Outgoing Student Award to the students at the end of the academic year by the ACCET. We have a well-framed evaluation system that not only considers the academic record of the students, but it considers the co-curricular and extracurricular activities of the students. Under the co-curricular activities of the students, we evaluate their skill towards paper presentation in the college, outside the college, their gate score, their department association activities, etc., and taking the lead roles in the association activities and other activities as well. Under the extracurricular activities, we will look into their participation in NCC, NSS, club activities like Leo, Rotaract, etc., and participation in the cultural programs and participation in sports and games. So everything is evaluated based on their performance in all activities, and also the placement. Finally, that will also be considered for evaluation. So now we are happy to announce those awards, and in between we are very happy to invite our senior alumni, come faculty members, Dr. M. Annamalai of 1964 to come to the dais, and Dr. S. Nilavalagan of 1965 batch to come to the dais on behalf of the ACCET. I am happy to introduce them to the 1963-68 batch alumni also. I hope when you were in the college, they would have joined as faculty members for you.
They were lecturers for us too.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir, for coming over here on this special occasion. For 2020 batch, Mr. N. Siddharthan of BE Civil Engineering. We are also happy to invite the concerned head of the department and faculty advisor to come on stage. We request our chief guest, Dr. K. Shivan, to honor the student with the medal. This medal consists of a certificate as well as medal. Gold medal worth of 20,000 rupees issued by 1958 batch of alumni. 1954, 53, 58 batch of alumni. Sir, Secretary of ACCET, please come. For 2022 batch of students, there are two awards. Actually, Professor R. Ravikumar of 1975 and 80 batch, mechanical. He has contributed to another award. He said, why only one student? We can select two students. So we thought of selecting a male and female. So from this year onwards, we will be having two best all-round outgoing student awards, one for male and one for female. Under male category, Mr. Hemachandru, BE EEE. We request Dr. Bhaskaran to come on stage, and the faculty advisor, if he or she is present, they can come over here. From female side, Miss V. Indumati, she is also from BE EEE. Congratulations to both. We appreciate the EEE department. Miss V. Indumati. This award is sponsored by 1953-1958 batch. So it is our humble request from the ACCET for the young students, please actively participate in all activities of the college. Thank you so much.
Ravi. Now we are coming to the customary concluding activity, which is a vote of thanks. My batchmate S. Ravi Shankar will propose a vote of thanks.
Respected Principal Dr. Paini, our distinguished guest of the day, Dr. Shivan, and Professor Kamakoti in absentia, distinguished faculty members of this great college, my fellow batchmates and their families, and my dear students. As a customary event at the conclusion, I am honored to make this vote of thanks. To begin with, I want to thank Providence for organizing this event, to be able to make all of us come together. It's God's will that we, the septuagenarian alumni, should cherish this occasion with their families. I would like to, with your permission, deviate a little from the customary practice. I want to talk a little about our founder for the benefit of the present generation of students. It is the benevolence, noble mind, and unmatched philanthropy that saw the establishment of this campus in Karaikudi from 1947. To Dr. Chettiar, education was a service to humanity, not a commercial business as it is today. When we joined in 1963, there were only 6 engineering colleges in the state. Today, there are more than 500. When I talk about providence, I want to say that Dr. Chettiar was a God-fearing man. He did prayer regularly every day. And he believed that implicitly he believed in providence and believed that destiny can never be thwarted. He used to often quote Omar Khayyam, the Iranian mathematician who turned philosopher, and he would always quote, "The moving finger writes, having writ, it moves on, nor thy piety nor wit can lure it back to cancel half a line, nor your tears can wash a word of what is written." That is what he believed in. So, today, we as engineers have progressed in life and occupied positions is all because of that one noble person, Dr. Alagappa Chettiar. We pay our respects to him today. To Dr. Shivan, we thank you, sir. In spite of your busy schedules, you have been able to take time off and meet us and be with us today. When we met you to invite, you spontaneously agreed to be with us, and we really consider it as an honor at our evening of life to have with you today. The distinguished faculty members of this great institution who are here today, and also we remember our own faculty members who had guided us in our course of education in this college. The saying goes, "Ezhutharivittavan iraivanagum." We recollect and remember all our faculty members, our teachers and professors who have guided us to what we are today. Thank you. I thank the principal, Dr. Paini, and his supporting staff who have made this function possible to be conducted. And I thank him for all the assistance that we have been able to provide. And finally, a word of thanks to Professor Sendil, who has been our man Friday here as representing ACCET and giving us all the help in conducting this program. And finally, I want to say a big thanks to my colleague, Mr. K.R. Shankaran, who as a convener of the celebrations committee, not only today, but in our Golden Jubilee in 2018, and also our first reunion in 2013, we have been able to bring all of us together. In fact, Dr. Shivan mentioned how difficult it is to get all these people together, and that he has been able to consistently do on 3 occasions. And thank you, Shankaran, for all the good work you have done. And finally, I thank you all for being so patiently with us and enjoying the lecture by Dr. Shivan. Thank you very much.
National anthem, I request all of you to stand up.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जगधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you all. One small housekeeping announcement to all my batchmates and the ladies. Please go to the entrance for footsteps for a photograph and a press review, press photograph. Dr. Shivan will join us in a minute. Thank you.
Thank you.